What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Party Chat. I'm your host, Matt Southwell, and joining me this week, Ashley Dye and Dan Gilbert. Right, I suppose we should apologise for last week. Through circumstances beyond our control, and by beyond our control I mean me being really drunk, we couldn't do a show last week, so I apologise for that. It wasn't all me, you were then in the UK as well, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But we're back, and touch wood, we won't miss any more. So this is a weekly show that the three of us do. We get together for about 10 minutes every Wednesday just to chat about a particular topic regarding the video game industry or specific game that is just piquing our interest at that moment in time. And this week I wanted to ask you guys, it's a question that I've always had and always kind of toyed with: physical versus digital, which is better? I think we've already kind of unanimously agreed on what we prefer.
Yeah.
But why is it better, and what would make you want to switch or be convinced to convert? I don't know who wants to lead off.
I've always been very much a physical copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much, we all agree that we'll currently buy physical.
Yeah.
For various reasons.
I think just it's nice to be able to look at your collection on a shelf or whatever, and rather than flicking through and looking, you kind of can easily forget what games you've got, whereas when they're in front of you on a shelf, they're very easy to see all the time.
So I think that certainly the PS4 library, the way it's set out, it's a lot easier to see, and so on in comparison to what you're saying, the PS3 one. It's like if you've got a digital one, it's basically just listed in a massive drop down list from what I've seen, because I have bought the odd digital. That's either because it's been really cheap at the time, or simply I've just wanted the game and can't be asked to go out and try and source it from elsewhere.
Yeah, I would slightly disagree with you on the PlayStation 4. I still don't think it's a great way for displaying them.
But when it's better now, it's more clear of what's actually
than what it was, rather than a huge long list. You have to go all the way to the end to library and then into games.
Yeah.
Whereas on the Xbox, the superior UI, where you can just pin everything and then you can just... Well, I found out this week there's a limit to how many pins you can have on the left. So that was a bit disappointing. But, yeah, the issue I have obviously now is that half of my games are actually digital because they're digital only.
Yeah.
So I now kind of have this half and half collection.
Certainly when you're looking at PlayStation Plus stuff.
Yeah. Well,
because it's always digital.
Yeah, but not even just that stuff. The games that I just actually want to buy.
Yeah.
Like Shovel Knight, like the Walking Dead Telltale games, and Resogun, and so many others. But I like physical, like the same as you guys. I like it being on my shelf. I like looking at it, admiring it, showing it off, saying, look how big I am.
My collection. And they're not playing any of them.
Look at them still perfectly preserved in their cellophane wrappers.
Yeah. But I would actually, taking an example of Resident Evil, which came out, I think, in the episodes in February, March, I don't know. And then after the final episode, 4 or 5 episodes, they actually released a physical copy of the collection. And I waited, as much as I really wanted to play it, I waited until the physical copy came out as a collection and bought it.
Yeah.
And I would always prefer to take the physical route, even if it means waiting.
Yeah. What would then? That's the kind of our positives for the physical, because we all just like holding it. What would make you switch? What would have to happen? Because there are definitely advantages to digital. One being that you'd have to get up and put the disc in. At a click of a button, you can just play it. And that's the big thing for me. Yeah. Not because I'm lazy, but just because if I want to easily switch from one game to another, if it's digital, you can do that.
Yeah.
Whereas you have to get up and change the game, and maybe if you've lent the disc out to someone or something and you can't play it, or sometimes maybe it will require an update. The PlayStation's pretty good at doing updates even if the disc isn't in, but it doesn't do it all the time.
No.
Which is annoying. Whereas if it was digital, I think it's kind of permanently.
Yeah, I don't know how exactly the PlayStation updates work. In like you're saying, it's not always perfect.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's not until you actually put the disc in and you want to play the game that it actually recognises the update file. I don't know if it's got to have been available for like a set period of time before to automatically do
maybe
it.
it's just
But if you start the game, it puts that up to like the top of a priority list or something.
Yeah. Maybe it's just having your console on at the time of the release of the update or something.
Maybe.
But the second thing is, which we should all consider, is the foreverness, if that's a word, of digital. Like, once you've bought it, it's tied to your account. You can never lose it. Whereas you can lose discs, you can break discs.
Yeah.
And then you have to buy that game again. Whereas digital, it's there forever.
There are advantages, there are disadvantages.
But
I think it would be nice. I mean, one thing that I would like to always be able to do is somehow back up your game. So if you do buy a physical copy, once it's loaded into your system, that's it.
Now this
Yes.
you're saying this is something that we've talked
This
about.
is the exact thing that needs to happen.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It's like what we've talked about is like if you buy the digital version of the game on like PS Store or whatever, you then get sent a physical copy to be your backup.
Skydo
Or
with
the
movies.
opposite way around, if you buy the physical copy, it then gives you access to then be able to download the future digital version should you lose the disc.
Yeah.
That's because I'm sure there was things with like we talked about. Say there was Blu-rays used to send you like inside your Blu-ray case, you'd get like a little code you could
Digital
download
copy.
a digital copy.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, there's obviously obstacles to overcome here because the pre-owned industry as it is quite a big thing. You know, if I could just get the digital copy, what would be there to stop me from then taking my disc back, selling it off, and basically keeping the game, but making, well, realistically, it'd be like £5 probably from the store. But
I think there are ways of doing that. I think you can always have it encoded in a way that it can only be used once, if you like, or to one account. There's ways of doing that.
Yeah,
I
so
don't think
that's what I
like
think.
I don't think that's a big stumbling block.
Yeah, like what we've talked about is either you have the activation code and so on, and someone to be able to sell it to the store, like whether it's over here would be like HMV or like GameStop or whoever.
yeah,
And so on. If you want to take it and sell it to them, you have to deactivate the game first, and there's some way for retailers to be able to check that this is a deactivated game.
yeah,
Or alternatively, someone who you can just sell the game to retailers as is, and so on. And for someone to buy that second hand and to be able to use it, you have to pay a small fee, nothing extortionate, just to be able to reactivate that game for your account.
kind of like on the PC where they have like CD keys, where whenever you install stuff, you have to put a CD key in.
Yeah.
You know, we get them for all our DLC, one-use DLC codes. Maybe that is something that comes with the discs.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you buy the digital, it's tied to your account. But with the disc, you have to, put in this code. It's a one-use code that registers the disc. And then, like you said, then people buying that would also be a way to kind of kill, because the game studios don't like this pre-owned industry.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're not making money out of it. They're losing money. Every time someone buys a pre-owned game, that's money out of their pocket and into, Best Buy or Game or whoever it is.
Yeah.
So that would be a good way. And like you said, you could resell these keys again for, say, a section of price of the game, because that's still extra money.
Yeah.
But it's difficult, I suppose, because in the ideal world, the studios want everyone buying their games.
It would take a lot to be able to actually put that infrastructure in place
But I think there
to
are
start up with,
benefits.
but once it's there, it'll be fine.
Do you think they'll ever do that though, or do you think it will just eventually evolve to we're just not doing discs? Because discs are more expensive to them.
I was going to say, you've got to look at it from this point of view. If you look at music as an example, how many people walk around with CD Walkmans now, or buy CDs or anything like that? It is digital now, and that's just the way the world is.
Yeah, but you
And
could
it's gonna be
argue
the
that's
same
in
as
part
games.
because it's a much smaller file, therefore it's much more instant access.
True.
I think.
Yeah.
I think
Infrastructure.
as internet speeds become better across the world in general,
Yeah.
and so on, there's a higher basic standard for everyone.
Which is happening.
And obviously, as the size of storage increases, but the price is coming down relative to that increase.
Yeah.
As those two
Yeah.
things are happening together,
Yeah.
Yeah.
digital shift is going to be easier to happen.
And it will happen.
And we're just in that point where it's not quite ready to take complete control.
Yeah.
Apart from for those who can either afford to be able to have either massive like hard drives to store everything.
Hard drives aren't expensive.
No, but you know what I mean, like in terms of like overall size and quantity for everything.
Yeah.
Or they can afford a better internet package for themselves.
The thing is, the way I look, I mean, like, yes, obviously the disc is still quicker, but we don't have great internet here. Well, you guys do. I don't have great internet. You know, I have 8 meg, but I could still download most games, say overnight. You know, if you have these things where they unlock at midnight. I mean, I know some people want to be able to play the games at midnight, but realistically, for the most people, you're not going to play it. You've got a job to go to, so you know it starts downloading at midnight. By the time you come home from school or work the next day, it's downloaded. So it's not a big deal. I bought a 2 terabyte external hard drive for my Xbox for like £60, which will store 50 games on it. You don't need more than 50 games on your console at any one time.
Yeah.
You can only play one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I would love. I want to have both though, like you said. I want the convenience and the security of digital, but I want to still have something on my shelf.
Yeah.
Which is.
I mean, when I look at, you know, the number of games I've got at home and the value of that, you know, and I think, you know, if there was a fire or something, you know, God forbid, it would I'd lose all of that, and that's a lot. Like,
that's what insurance is for, though.
Yeah, well,
but even still, some of them.
Which reminds me, I should actually document the games I've got, which I haven't done. I need to catalog them for insurance purposes on tape.
Yeah. You could just take photos.
I could just take photos.
You don't need to set up an Excel spreadsheet or Access database. But no, I don't see there ever being the ideal solution that we want though. At the end of the day, I don't think, because there's benefit for us, but where's the benefit for the company? You know, at the end of the day, yes, they want to bring us good content, but at the end of the day, they want to make as much money as possible.
Yeah,
and that's the other thing as well. Digital games, if they're serious about digital games, they need to start incentivizing it by making digital games
slightly cheaper.
Well, if not them cheaper, they need to make the physical ones more expensive. Like, let's be honest, they're not going to reduce the price of digital, they'll increase the price of physical.
So if anything, they just need to flip the prices over.
Yeah. Well, in normal places it's the same, but for us, obviously, because we're a VAT...
We're special.
A VAT-free tax haven, as everyone likes to call us.
Tax haven.
Everyone likes us to think that we are, though.
Yeah.
Because we only have to pay one form of tax, not two. But we shall see. One day, next generation, that'll be when I'm digital, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's inevitable, it's coming, it's just a case of when, but I am quite happy with my physical copy on my shelf.
Your beautiful collection. Oh, good stuff. Thank you guys for your opinions on that.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you both kind of agree with me. It makes it might seem like less entertaining viewing for them, because they probably secretly like us arguing, but at the same time, it's good to all agree and have unanimous. So I'm sure the heads of EA and Activision and Ubisoft are all watching this, so they know what they need to do to make us happy. So, free of charge as well. You're welcome. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of this whole digital versus physical media. Which do you prefer? Have you made the jump? Do you regret it? And all those questions. We will respond to all of you. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Oh, subscribe as well. Cheers. And share us with your friends. Thank you for watching. Dan, Ash, thank you for your time. And we'll see you all next Wednesday. What a train wreck of an ending.